Welcome back, everyone. Joe here from Joe's Outdoor Experience. Today is currently Wednesday, November 9th. I'm gonna go down, look at these food plots. What I would like to do today is just go over some prices, how seed has gone up exponentially, especially the seed with the buck on the bag. This is not a bashing on any kind of seed company that's out there. It's just gonna go on how to save a few dollars here and there and get some good seed while we're at it. So olive down here was once as thick and thicker than all of this in here. Right now it doesn't look as thick because the leaves are almost all down. But as you can see down here, we were able to come in, made some pretty good progress over the last few months. What you see growing is cereal grain rye. I followed the steps from Jeff on Whitetail Habitat Solution, putting down a layered rye. So as of right now, I got about 300 pounds of rye that I purchased from a seed company down here in North Carolina called Green Resource. I went ahead and called them after seeing that Josh from Stony Ridge Farm has used them several times. And what's nice is you don't need a commercial account. They do sell to residentials. I went there, picked up 4 or 5 bags. I have the receipts. I'll go over everything at the end. I don't have it with me at this moment. I went and got 4 or 5 bags worth of cereal grain rye, and that stuff comes up instantaneously. This is what it looks like. I have all the dates as to when I planted, what the weather was like, and I did do a soil test. I sent all my soil to a company called Long Island Analytical. I will post their number somewhere on the screen here for a contact. You guys go ahead and call for prices and what they can do for you. There are other labs out there, 2 I use. We're going to take a walk up top, and this is mainly where I'm going with. So I believe these bags of rye were $36 for 50-pound bags, and they had no internet matter. They were very clean, great bags from Green Resource, and I was cutting the middleman out by doing that, by going directly to them. Now up here is where I saved most of my money. This is all a clover plot. I know a lot of you too, when you go out and you buy your clover, and nothing against these companies. Imperial Whitetail, I just bought a bag from them. It was $36 for a 4-pound bag. I went Green Resource. I bought a 50-pound bag of medium red clover, and that cost me $102. If you do the math, there are 12 and a half bags of the Imperial Whitetail clover in that 50-pound bag that I got from Green Resource. I'll put the math up here. So if you take those 12 and a half bags that you would have spent on the Imperial Whitetail, you times them by the 36, it's something $400 and something that you would have spent for the same $112, $115 I spent with Green Resource. I also put oats in here, awnless oats. As you can see, it'll come down. I did that about 2 or 3 weeks after. I might have to come into this video and have all the facts. I have all the facts written down, and all the math. I'll write down the equations, but same thing. Awnless oats are all from Green Resource in Colfax, North Carolina. I'll post a link for them too. Again, I was able to get that information from one of Stony Ridge farmers, Josh. He posted, you have to see the incredible work he did with his farm over the last several years. But this up here was as thick as whatever you want to call that, and all of that. I rented a walk behind brush cutter from Home Depot. I think it was called a Billy Goat. I came up here in the beginning of the summer and mowed all it down. You really can't tell on video, but so let me zoom out a little bit here. The angle, it sits like that. So I didn't really feel comfortable coming up here with my tractor. I'm not the greatest operator yet, and I just didn't feel comfortable having my tractor on such an angle. It doesn't look like it. From here to that tree, there's a giant difference in the angle going down, and same with the goats. You may not be able to see it either, but coming up this hill, I have to grade it because it sits like that. You guys see, if you've seen one of the earlier videos, Harry and I were cutting up a tree that fell over here, and the side-by-side took off on us. But again, I'm pretty happy with all the seed I got. I'm gonna come in through the video in between this and just go over prices. It's going to be a relatively short one. I just want to help out everyone who could save a few dollars going to an actual seed store and cutting out the middleman and not spending all that money because the bag has a buck on it. You're going to get some high quality seed for a better price. It's just going to be bulk. And all up here, this all was 150-pound bag of clover and 150-pound bag of awnless oats, all purchased from for Green Resource in Colfax, North Carolina. I did do it in 2 different stages. I put the clover down first, sometime in September, and then the awnless oats came in sometime in October. I'll have the dates. And with the bottom plot, I'll go walk over to it and walk through it. The winter, or the cereal grain rye, my experience with the winter rye is I put it down when I know it's gonna rain that day, and by the next day you already see that seed is already popping out one of them little tap roots. I'm not sure what it's called, but it looks like rice, the cereal grain rye. It's not the same as ryegrass. It's totally different. These guys are loving the cold weather. They just go wherever they want. Boys, listen, great. But this plot down here, like I said, I put down, the first day I put down 100 pounds. Then I came back a week or 2 later, I put down another 50 pounds, spread it out. And then another week or so later, I put down another 50 pounds just to kind of fill in the area. Here they come. It's like 48 degrees right now. 2 days ago it was 80. Right now it's 48, and they're loving it. It's kind of funny. But let me swing you guys around. So all in here, like you can see, I don't want to be too repetitive, but I think it looks beautiful down here. This is all some thick undergrowth, I would assume. I gotta still come in and clean it all up. I'll do that after the hunting season's over. Went out last night with a buddy of mine, and I had 2 bucks come out. A basket 6, a really tight 6 up top, and then a little spike he came out, which was pretty nice. But yeah, this is how it looks. This is what I'm talking about. As per the company's buck, with a buck on a bag. This bag is 4 pounds. It was about $35. I paid a Tractor Supply. Nothing against this company. This company is great. I'm sure they're doing wonderful things and they have great seed. It's just an example as one that I was able to get within the last few days. It, like they said, it's geared towards hunters. It's the mix. And I'm not bashing this company. I'm not bashing that company by any means. They do multi-million dollars worth of business each year selling seed. I'm just trying to help out with getting most bang for your buck, what you can do and what you can grab at one of these local seed stores by going ahead and buying in bulk. Here's a little size comparison as to that 4-pound bag of Imperial Whitetail to this right here, this seed. This seed bed was the awnless oats that I put out, the winter oats. This right here is the bag of clover. I ripped off like an animal. Sorry about that. I ripped off. Try to get it set up here. That's the bag right there from Green Resource that cost $120. I have that. I'll get the exact price. $120 of clover compared to that $30 bag of clover. These right here are some of the bags I left over, just for an example of the winter rye. These are 50-pound bag too, right here. Winter rye from Green Resource, Colfax, North Carolina. Thank you again to Josh from Stone Ridge Farms, advising and putting those videos out and making such great content. I really follow a lot of what he says. He's just terrific. So here you go, guys, just a little size comparison. I'll put prices and I'll do some math and just show you how much it works out. But look at that difference in bag sizes for what you get. I mean, you're talking, where's my finger? Right here, there are 12 and a half of those bags in one of those 50-pound bags. And if each one of those 12 of those are $36, 36 times the 12 and a half, you get what I'm going with. I'll put the math on right now. All right, so it's a little bit later in the day. I had to run home and go ahead, cut my lawn. I plug aerated my house, and tomorrow I actually have a drill seeder that I'm renting from our local co-op. It's like, I believe they said it's $20 for the day, $10 an acre, and I'm gonna go ahead and drill seed my front and back lawn with fescue. I have two 50-pound bags, so I'm gonna put down 100 pounds. I'm gonna drill seed and probably top layer some of it too. Like I said earlier, we were going to go ahead and get some prices here in what days I put down the 0 grain rye, the clover, and the awnless oats. We went ahead and purchased the clover on September 6th, and we put it down on September 6th. That was also from Green Resource. A 50-pound bag of Ladino was 180. The medium red was 115, and the crimson was 95. All that is 50-pound bags. We bought the medium red for $115. I'm going to do some math with you guys in a second with why I'm saying we should go and purchase them at these seed stores instead of the buck on the bag. And this is not, we're not bashing any company. We're not going after anybody. This has nothing to do with that. It's just for getting more seed for a better price than paying more and having less seed. So 9.6, we went ahead, got the clover, we planted that, put it down. Within about a week, I had some really nice germination coming in. That was early September. 9/30, September 30th, we went ahead and got this 0 grain rye. That was 4 50-pound bags, at $30 a bag, so that's $120. We then went ahead and got another 4 bags on October 1st. Same price, $30 a bag, another 200 pounds. We did the layering rye as per Jeff from Whitetail Habitat Solutions says with his laying rye, and I watched several of his videos with that. We put down the awnless oats on October 12th. 1 bag up top with the clover. The clover was already established, and it was about a month in at that time, so it was about an inch and a half off the ground. It was doing really well. We had some really nice rains in September. We went and spread the awnless oats on top of that, and that came in, and right now it's looking good. So the awnless oats wouldn't take over and shade out the clover. That's why I went and did that. Last year I put down brassicas, I put down a bunch of peas and some purple top turnips, and I just had a really bad experience. All my fault, not the seed company. It was all my fault. I didn't do a soil test. I didn't go ahead and plant at the right time. I just kind of threw it out, and so if anything came up, and nothing did. So I went and bought the 0 grain rye, and that did fantastic. So this year I didn't put any brassicas or anything. I just did clover, awnless oats, and 0 grain rye. I don't know how they make it all fancy where you write on the screen and do all that on the screen sharing. I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm just going to use a pen and paper to go ahead and do some math. So I spent $115 on a 50-pound bag, 50 pounds of medium red clover from Green Resource. I also spent $36.99 on a 4-pound bag of the big box store, whatever was available. This is not a bashing video. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying anything. It has nothing to do with them. It's how it was sold. So we're just going to name that Clover, Clover X. So what we're going to do is, in order to find out how many of these bags are in this 50 pounds, we're just going to take 50 pounds of the 50 divided by 4. 50 pounds divided by 4 pounds should be 12.5. So we would get 12.5 of these 4-pound bags to make 50 pounds. So the $36.99, I don't know if that's the average straight across the board for every state and however sales. Let's just go with $30 for the clover in the store. $30. I'm going to times the $30 by the 12.5 bags to make up the 50. We would have spent $375 to get. We would have spent $375 to get 50 pounds of this 4-pound bags of the big box brand. So right off that, we've saved. So there's $375 minus $115. That should be $260. So right there, we saved $260, and what allotted us the funds to get the extra cereal grain rye, the oats. So this has nothing to do with bashing any company. This has none of that. This is just how to save money and be able to buy more product at a better price. So instead of buying 12.5 of these bags to make 50 pounds and spend $375, we went to a seed store, cut out all the middle people, and paid directly and paid $115 and had the same results with 50 pounds to the acre without having the added expense of $260 to get a buck on a bag. So I put 50 pounds per acre for with the clover down, and the germination and the amount of clover there is phenomenal. It's the best I've ever had. The awnless oats, I put down 50 pounds per the acre. That looks great too. I kind of left it in 2 strips, almost like an L coming up the hill and going straight towards the back. I left it in so that they'd have to go through they'd come through the woods they'd come to the edge of the field, have clover, walk in about 5 feet, and have about a 2-foot, 3-foot strip of awnless oats, and that runs about 20 feet, and then it goes down. And I also then went ahead and had that extra cereal grain rye, which is, it makes you look like you have a green thumb. I planted each and every time so far I've planted. When I know it was going to rain, it says it's going to rain at 1 o'clock, I'll plant at 12:45. If it's going to rain at 3 o'clock, I plant at 2:15, 2:45. I get it down right before the rain, and you see it right away. That stuff will grow on concrete. It's unbelievable. Grow on the back of your truck. So I hope this helps out someone. Leave a comment below and like and subscribe if you don't mind. If you have any other questions, please let me know. If I did something wrong, or if you have any other information, please comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Like always, thank you everybody, and I do appreciate your time to watching these videos. Have a great night. Bye.